For the past few years, I've been sitting here watching one of the greatest games ever made gather dust on my shelf. Not because I don't want to play it, trust me, I do, but because in 2025, we're still stuck with the last-gen console versions of Red Dead Redemption 2. We're literally living in the generation of remakes and remasters, yet Red Dead 2 is still stuck at 30 FPS on modern consoles. Maybe it's hopium, but with every new rumor that pops up, and there has been plenty of smoke in recent days, I get more hopeful that things might finally change. Let me tell you why I'm excited for the potential upgraded versions of Red Dead Redemption 2, and why you should be too. Look, I know what you're thinking. Another remaster? Really? But hear me out. This isn't like other cash grab remasters of games that came out like just a few years ago. This is about finally letting a genuine masterpiece breathe on modern day console hardware. Because here's the thing, Red Dead 2 came out in 2018, right at the tail end of the PS4 generation, and it's been trapped there ever since. We're talking about one of the greatest games ever made, and maybe the best open world game ever. It's wild to me that 7 years later, every single open world game that comes out still gets compared to Red Dead 2. Ghost of Yotei, Starfield, KCD2, and you know what? Red Dead 2 still wins most of those conversations. And it's not hard to see why. The level of detail Rockstar put into this world is still unmatched. Other games have tried to capture what Red Dead 2 does, but they always fall short somewhere. The writing isn't as strong, the world doesn't feel as lived in, the systems don't interact with each other in meaningful ways. Red Dead 2 has set a standard that 7 years later, almost nobody has managed to meet, let alone surpass. And that's exactly why it deserves a proper next-gen version, because we're still talking about it. We're still comparing every new open world game to it. It's still the gold standard. A game that's still relevant, still impressive, still the best at what it does. That game deserves to run properly on modern hardware. It's earned it. And the thing is, going back wouldn't just be replaying the same experience, because Red Dead 2 is one of those games that demands multiple playthroughs. Not in the sense that there are multiple endings or branching paths, but because there's so much there that you can't possibly see it all in one go. My first playthrough, I was completely absorbed by the story, Arthur's arc, the Vanderlyn gang, all of it. I was so locked in on the characters and story that it didn't really take much time to actually immerse myself into the world the way it deserves. I didn't go off the beaten path too much. I just followed the missions and experienced the narrative. And that was still enough to make it one of my favorite games ever. But I know I missed so much. Red Dead 2 isn't just a great story. It's one of the most intricately detailed open worlds ever made. I know that there's so much more to this world. Side quests I skipped, entire systems that I barely engaged with, and all those random encounters or side stories, I probably saw a fraction of them. That's what I think about when I think about replaying it. Not just experiencing the story again, though I'd love that, but actually exploring this time, taking my time, engaging with the world instead of just rushing through it. Because here's the thing, it's been 7 years since I first played this game. I'm a different, more mature gamer now than I was in 2018. I'm better at appreciating the details. Back then, if something wasn't part of the main narrative, I'd probably just ignore it. Now, I want to sit with those moments. I want to take my time and just appreciate this carefully crafted world. A second playthrough would let me do that. And with 7 years of distance from the story, I'd experience that differently too. I know where it's going now. I know what happens to these characters. And that changes how you see everything, from picking up on foreshadowing to understanding character motivations differently. But let's be real about what I'm actually excited for here. Yeah, 60 FPS matters. Yeah, faster loading times and better textures and 4K and all the technical upgrades would make a difference, but that's not what this is really about. What I'm excited for is the excuse. The forcing function to replay one of the greatest games ever, to re-experience one of the greatest worlds ever crafted in video games. A modern day upgrade would be that reason. And that matters more than I thought it would. I've been sitting on this desire to replay Red Dead 2 for years, but I know I would be doing myself a favor if I waited to experience the game again with the potential upgrades. And I get it, at the end of the day, this isn't a sequel, and it's easy to think that this is all a bunch of hoopla just to play the same game over again. But try playing the Switch version of Tears of the Kingdom after playing the Switch 2 version. It's a meaningful difference. That's what I want for Red Dead 2. It's already a great game, just give it the modern upgrade that it deserves. But of course, the elephant in the room is that we're still just talking about rumors here, so who knows if they'll amount to anything. And with GTA 6 just around the corner, I hate to say it, but it kind of feels like now or never. But hey, the anniversary is coming up, so that would be a great time to drop it. And maybe, just maybe, one of the greatest games ever made will finally get the long-awaited upgrade that it deserves. Alright, that'll do it for this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Hit like, it really helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.